Hey, welcome to my journey. It seems like a long time since I have filmed for y'all, other than a haul, and really didn't talk in that. I think it was before his sister passed, I think, and that's been 2 weeks. Um, I had live, but that's not sitting here. I did prep, but I don't think I've actually sat down, put the tripod, the light, everything to talk to y'all. I thought, yes, I meant to bring it in here. Doggone it. Hold on a minute. Okay. I meant to show you what book I was talking out of. It's called The Real Skinny, Appetite for Health, which I think they have a website. I just haven't looked yet. 101 Fat Habits and Slim Solutions. It is by two registered dietitians, founders of Appetite for Health. Yeah. So that's it. Found it at Goodwill. It's from 2013. So that's 10 years ago. But diet principles don't change, do they? Maybe we get more savvy as the years roll on, thinking about some things. But trying to lose weight is like trying to lose weight, whether it's 2013 or 2023. That's the way I look at it. So what I thought for Motivational Monday, I thought, I'm sitting there, I'm reading through it, I'm taking notes. Now there's 101 fat habits. I'll tell you what they mean. And I'm not doing a series on 101. There's a bunch of them that they're not really anything to talk about. They're just little short things. And a lot of them about to do with being moms. Like there might be 5 to do with being a mom of little children. Well, that doesn't apply to me and most of y'all. Some of you it does. And then people who work. Well, that doesn't apply to me. Doesn't apply to a lot of y'all. So there's certain things like that. And then there's some that are just like, I don't know, just not really talk worthy, in my opinion. And then there's just a few that just a few. Some of it I skipped over, like the parts that didn't apply to me, like picking off your child's plate. That don't apply to me, except for when Sebastian was here. I didn't pick off his plate. I just ate what he ate. But that doesn't apply to me, but a couple times a year. And it doesn't even happen every single time, but it did this time because, I was off. I'm not going to say if I'm back on or not. We'll have to talk about that Thursday. I'm scared. And then some of it was just, I don't know. Anyway, I just took notes on just a few for my edification. And then I thought maybe the notes could help some of y'all because some of us are in the same situation. We're out on the lake in the same boat, on the same party cruise. Might as well be a party, hadn't it? That was a good reference without me even realizing it. So let me tell you, where'd my papers go? Let me tell you, okay, what they consider fat habits. And they're not, I read the whole intro and everything. That's where this comes from, I think. They're not calling it fat habits as in, you're fat. I'm calling you fat. Because they were, I'm pretty sure, I think I read both of them, and I know at least one of them was overweight growing up. And so she's not using fat in a derogatory sense, just in a fat where we are now to slim where we want to be, which they don't even talk about being slim as in you got to have a model body. They talk about they want you to have a healthy body with healthy habits, and everybody's healthy body is not at the same place. So I'm 5'6", which I was always 5'9" my whole life. And since my back has gone down, my height has gone down. So that makes my BMI bigger than if I was still 5'9", which I think I am still 5'9". It's just my back has scrunched me up. You see what I'm saying? But they don't count for that. They just you're 5'6". So my weight at 5'6", a healthy weight, is not going to be what every other 5'6" person, their healthy weight is. Now, sometimes we run fast and loose with what's healthy. we might think, I feel fine at one blah blah whatever, when in reality, maybe you would be a little better at a lower weight. And I know that's kind of contradictory to what I'm saying, but I think I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I think we really should weigh less than maybe what we tell ourselves we should weigh. I set my goal at 175. To me, that sounds wonderful. I'm pretty sure when I get to 175, which is 100 pounds away, because like my thumbnails say on my weigh-in, my journey to lose 200 pounds. That was it. I started at 377, I think it was. And my goal was to get to 175. And I said, when I get to 175, then I'll reevaluate it and see what I want to do from there. I can almost guarantee that once I've lost 200 pounds, I will have developed some healthy habits, obviously, even though it's taken me forever and a day. But probably I can go a little bit more and do a little bit better. So that's probably what's going to happen at 175. I could just about guarantee it. So while in my mind right now, my healthy body is 175. When I get there, I probably need to go on down a little bit more. Anyway, all that. I'm going to tell you what they consider fat habits. That's what they call them. Unhealthy behaviors, choices, or actions that keep us from achieving our goals. That's it in a nutshell. The things we do, the things we say to ourselves, maybe the things we say to each other, because sometimes the things we say to each other, really, not sometimes, they do. What we say to each other influences other people. And I want y'all to take everything I say, don't take it as gospel. If you're taking everything any particular YouTuber says as gospel, you better take a look and figure things out for yourself, because we are not all, and I don't even care if they got a doctorate degree. I don't. That means they went to more schooling than I did, and they're smarter than me. But that don't mean they got everything figured out. That's the way I see it. That's the way Sue sees it. Let me know if you know what that's from. Don't take everything you hear, especially from us lay people. Don't take everything we say as just, okay, oh, Kim said it, must be true, must be how it is. No, it's just the way I view it. And it's the way I view it at this moment in time. Last year at this time, I may have seen it differently because I was at a different place in my life. I was coming to you from a whole different ball game. In a year's time, things have changed to shape me and change me and mold me, give me a different perspective. Maybe it was the same, but maybe it was different. So where I'm coming from may not be where you're at in your life. You may be in a whole different ballpark than I am. We're playing the same game. We're both playing ball, but we're in different parks. We've just not got in that same park quite yet. So take everything. Google it. Listen, Google is your best friend. I Google everything. Honey, I Google it. I either Google it or I ask Alexa. Everything. Yes. If you can't find it on Google, somewhere in those search results, you don't need to know it. So what I'm saying is, do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. If what I'm fixing to tell you out of this book is a bunch of hooey, call it hooey. I mean, that's your prerogative. Don't be mean to me, because that's not nice. But just take it for whatever you want to take it for. So anyway, what I was saying was the things we say to ourselves, the things we say to others, the actions we take, all those things are things that can keep us from achieving our goals. The actions we don't take, like me, exercise. I don't take exercise. That's not an action I take. So that non-action is probably keeping me from achieving my goals. I need to just turn my lazy you-know-what around, to this TV back here, put on my little dancing gal, and do my thing. She's got a new video coming out. I think she said Monday, but I didn't see it pop up. She's going through some serious health problems. But I had commented to her before she went through her surgery, and she commented back, said she had a new video coming out. She's the sweetest little thing. Dance along gal. Sweetest little thing. OMG. Sweetest little thing. I'll link her channel below. Okay. People fall off their diet because they don't fit. Oh, I can't read my own writing. Listen, I've been reading it sitting over in my chair with my little book over here and writing it. I've been scribbling. I scribble like a doctor. Speaking of them doctors, I scribble like they do. People fall off their diet because they don't fit their lifestyle. The diet don't fit their lifestyle. Or they're too restrictive. Or they let a slip up completely derail them. How many times? What I'm doing now, doing the high protein, low carb, it's restrictive. And that's why I have fell off. That little slip up I made how many weeks ago derailed me. I got back on. Not fully. It derailed me. And I'm still struggling to get the ship afloat, get it turned right side up. One of my subscribers, she left some very wise words of wisdom. Does that even make sense as a sentence? Some words of wisdom last week on my way in, and I needed to hear them. But I've got to take these things to heart. I've got to get this mind set around to where it needs to be. Well, there's mindset. I got to get my mindset. If this ain't where it needs to be, none of this physical stuff is going to happen. And I'm almost there, but not enough to fend off those food demons. Oh my gosh. Please. So what I'm doing now is restrictive. It is. Although I know with my surgery it's supposed to be. So, I mean, sometimes our diet don't fit our lifestyle. What if this is the first thing that came to mind, and I do not know why, because I have never been a salesman. But I guess because I have worked in salesmen's offices. I have been the secretary for a salesman's office. And to sell our product, their job most of the time was to wine and dine their potential clients and the clients they have that are really good money makers, to keep them. So their lifestyle, although they could find things to fit in to their diet, eating out like every day of the week, a diet really don't fit that lifestyle. I'm sorry, you can't eat out every day and have a good diet. Maybe you're doing it. I don't want to discount you that are doing it. Maybe that's your job and you do eat out and you do stay on a diet and you are able to lose weight. For most of us, that's not happening, because most of us are not going to make the right choice anyway. No, we're not. Maybe if you ate out every day, it'd be easier to make the right choice because you kind of get sick of it, which I don't know if I'd get sick of it. David would. His belly can't handle it. His belly can't handle eating out. He has to have good home food, just plain home food, because he likes plain food. Well, he likes Mexican and Chinese, but as far as home cooking, he just likes it plain, as in no salt. That's why I don't salt things very, very much when I cook. I just wait and get it at the table because he likes it better that way. Well, I won't say he likes it better that way, but he thinks it's better for his blood pressure, which it is. So he has the willpower. It's not really willpower. He just does it. He can do things just because he thinks they're good for him 10,000 times better than I can. So there's all kind of things that can derail us, and this book, my note here says focuses on progress. Well, that's what they say in their intro. Their focus is progress, not perfection. How many times have we said that on our weight loss journeys? Progress, not perfection. We've said it. We've said it. We've said it. And simple changes. So they want you to make simple changes. Nothing I read in this book is hard to do. It's just hard to start for me. Maybe hard to maintain. But once you do it, it's not hard to start because it's hard to do. Things are hard to start just because we're reluctant, we're lazy. Let's just say it. Lazy, L-A-Z-Y. We are. Y'all know it. Don't even deny that you're lazy. Some of you ain't. But boy, oh boy, I am. Lazy to exercise. I guess I'm being lazy to get my mindset right. Does that make sense? If my mindset's not right, am I lazy? Or am I just fighting my mind? I don't know. That's a good one right there. That's a thinker right there. This is what this book says. And this is my paraphrase. If you can rattle off excuses why you're overweight, like your age, your genetics, how you were raised, you could be standing in your own way. There are many reasons why you're overweight, but they don't need to dictate whether you'll be successful at losing it or not. Right? We can sit around and say these things. Well, I'm getting old. It's harder to lose weight. Well, maybe it is, but that don't have to step in your way. I come from a line of fat people. Well, maybe you do. I do. Don't have to step in my way. My medicine is fighting against me. Yeah, it is. This means I got to fight harder. Right? So there's all kinds of excuses we can make for ourselves, but that don't have to dictate how successful we are if we get our ass in gear. That's what we got to do. And that's what I'm here to motivate you. I'm not here to just motivate you. I'm here to motivate myself. That's why I took notes out of this book, because I need them. I say, why would you want to take advice from me? Because I hadn't got there yet. I'm not at goal. What advice could I be giving you? This is stuff that I need to hear. These are things that I tell you, that I bring to you, that I try to motivate you while we're on our journey together. Not because I've arrived and I can tell you this is how you do it, because this is how I did it. This is what worked for me. So maybe it'll work for you. This is, well, maybe it'll work for us. Let's just try it and see. Things don't work for everybody the same, but some of us do. Some of us align, because there's only so many ways you can be in a world of how many ever billion people there are. So some of us align. So let me tell you this. This is just part of the book. To calculate your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, that is the energy you use just to stay alive at rest. Just breathing, heart beating, just to be alive, just to be at rest. These are the calories you need just to do that. If you go to calculator.net, I just Googled it, BMR calculator, and that's the first one it brought up was calculator.net, which you can find all kind of calculators on that. I have used it for years. Put in your height, weight, sex, all that kind of stuff, and it will give you how many calories you need just to stay at rest. Me, where I am right now, I need 1,825 calories just to stay at rest. So I think they say, and they don't cover this in the book, but I think, if I'm correct, that anything less than that is going to help you lose weight. And anything you go over is probably going to make you gain weight. Now, that's like, it says your base. If you exercise you're going to be able to have more calories than that. And which I put in, I don't know if it asks if you were sedentary, maybe it just asked your height and weight and your sex. I can't remember what it asked. It wasn't much. But I think if you eat or use anything less than that, that's where you lose weight, I think. Do your own search. Do your own search and see what BMR calories do for you. Let's see. Oh, this is the one we're going to talk about today. Your fat habit. I have to eat perfectly to make a diet work. How many of us think we have to eat perfectly? Well, if I can't eat perfectly the way I'm supposed to eat, I'm not even going to bother. Why bother? Y'all know we think that. Well, I've already flipped out this week. I'll just finish the rest of the week. Who cares? I'll start back Monday. Y'all know we've been there. We think we have to be perfect. So strict all or nothing diets are too restrictive and unrealistic. It's like trying to walk a tightrope for life. Eventually all of us fall off. Ain't it the truth? Did we get too restrictive? I think that's why, because I've tried every diet well, not every diet, but a lot of diets under the sun. Y'all been with me. Y'all seen me switch around. If it don't work, I'm like, well, let me try something else. Some things I give enough time, and some things I don't. And when I'm trying them, I'm not always off the wagon. I'm trying them and I'm doing them like I should. And, I still don't lose weight or I gain weight. So that then I'll try something else. Some things I don't give. I didn't give Mediterranean enough time because it was too restrictive. We can't eat the fish and the vegetables and live like that. We just can't do it. We can't do it. That is too restrictive for us. So I didn't give it any more than, I don't know, 2 weeks. I don't remember what it was, but we can't eat like that. Me or David, neither one. So that's an example of something too restrictive. Some people cut the carbs. That is too restrictive. You have to find the one that is right for you because, like it says, when it's restrictive, you're like walking that tightrope. Because here's food. Let's just say here's food, and your diet is that tightrope in the middle, and you're walking, and you're trying to stay on that. You try not to go over here to this, and you're trying not to go over there to that. And if you try to do that for the rest of your life, like it says, most of us, we're eventually going to fall. And when we fall, we're going to fall hard. And some of y'all know it. It's like a meme I've seen. It's like I didn't just fall off the wagon. I sent it down the hill and set it on fire. That happens. Here are some it says there's no such thing as perfect eating. So just get that through your head. There's no such thing as perfect eating. There's slim solution because that's the premise of the book. Here's your fat habit. Here's our slim solution for you. Ban the black and white thinking and all or nothing mentality. Realize slips happen to everyone. It's how you deal with it that helps predict success. I'm trying to read my own writing. So we got to quit thinking black or white. I'm on, I'm off. I'm off, so forget it. I'm just going to, like I said a while ago, I'm just going to keep eating. Why bother? It's not an all or nothing thing. And it is not the fact that we mess up. It's how we deal with it. Excuse me, I guess that's that coffee getting me. Okay, I really try not to show y'all yawns because it is so catchy. I might see y'all yawn and get going crazy. How you deal with it. I've studied on stress. You do tend to eat when you are stressed. when you are emotional. It's self. Next, self-soothing. That's what we do. We self-soothe. Some of us, that's how we were raised. Everything that happens to you, here's food. And that's how we learn to cope. And that's how we cope. We can't help it. I've read up on it. It is a thing. That's how some of us deal with the situations of our life. Those are the things we got to learn to change, to try to, listen, that's why I shop so much. Other than the fact I like shopping, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, the only reason I shop is, no, I love to shop. I love the DT and I love the thrift stores. And y'all know that because you see all the stuff that I buy. It's crazy, but I love it. But one of the things that I do is to get me out of the house, to get me to stop thinking about food. Some days I have no intentions of going shopping. When I shop like several days in a row, I don't have intentions of going every single day. But some days I get in here and I'm so hungry, I just want to chew my own arm off. And I'm like, get out of the house. Just get out of the house. I did that whatever day that was. I'm like, just get out of the house. And so I don't know where else to go but to shop. So I do. And at least it gives me that much exercise, walking around pushing a buggy, which I'm thinking I might go to Wanda's today. I'm just not for certain quite yet. Well, C-Van ain't open on Mondays, and I like to go to C-Van when I go to Wanda's. But I just went to C-Van the other day. So I'm going to have, well, I won't have him till the afternoon. I'll have Jacob tomorrow. Holly and Holly are going for coffee. Our Holly and RJ's Holly, they're going for coffee. Do some sister-in-law. No, they're not married yet, but they might as well just be sister-in-laws. Some sister-in-law bonding. Okay. So, here are some I don't even know where we were, but here's some strategies to get back on track after you fall off the wagon. Let go of guilt. Don't beat yourself up. The fact is, it takes 3,500 calories above and beyond what your body uses in a day to gain a pound. So, if I had that little Debbie cake, let's say I stay on plan. If I have that little Debbie cake, I don't have to beat myself up from one little Debbie cake. My problem is I can't have a little Debbie cake and stop. It sets me off. Now I could go to Gail's, which is our corner store, and get me one and eat it and perhaps be satisfied. But as much as I love them, it's just going to make me want more. So Little Debbie's are one of the things that I stay away from. But if I were to have a cookie, which, well, cookies are Dunkin' milk, that's a problem. I was going to say if I have a piece of cake, cake is a problem. I don't know of any desserts that are not a problem. Let's just say I don't have a problem with desserts and they won't set me off. Let's just use that as an example. That if I have a cookie, in the whole scheme of the week, if everything else was right, I don't have to beat myself up over that cookie because that one cookie is not going to cause me to gain weight unless you have a 3,500 calorie cookie, and that'd be one heck of a cookie. You hear what I'm saying? So the fact that you'd have to eat 3,500 calories above what you typically use, and what you use is, through the energy you expend, all that. Either 3,500 calories a day, you gain a pound a day, or 35 calories over the spread of a week. That might be a pound. Now, that's not to say that if you gain a pound this week, somebody can automatically say, you ate 3,500 calories. No, because didn't we just talk last week how the doctor said the body does that? We gain and we lose. We just have to have a downward trend. That's what we look for. So Don't beat yourself up if you fall off for one cookie, one meal, one day. Don't beat yourself up. Get back to it. Avoid unnecessary extras. Here is where we can all do some work. And I think all of us can. Even if you're on maintenance and you're at goal, you can probably do a little work in this area, because this is the one I think is probably the easiest one to get off on. Things like alcohol, cookies, chips, pretzels. Here's the key. Here's the key. Listen up. Things you may enjoy but could easily live without. What? Say what? Get it through the skull. That's what my subscriber said. There's things that you can't, and you do have to have, now, you do have to have a lifestyle that you can live with, like popcorn. That was my thing last week. I'm like, I'm not going to live without popcorn. And I know what you're saying in your comment. Popcorn was the example, but popcorn's not what made me fat. She's talking about the things that made us get to where we were. Those are the things that, when we lose our weight, will still be there. So Little Debbie cakes, they'll still be there. So now that don't mean I can lose my weight and go back to my old ways of eating, because I'm going to pop it right back on. But for the goal at hand, to lose the weight, to get to whatever it is you're wanting to get to, there's things, they're going to be there. And most of those things are things we can live without. Did we not do a video on sugar a good while back that I told you no doctor, dietitian, friend, dieter, group leader, I don't care who it is, nobody on the face of the earth, and this is something you can believe, unless there is a condition out there that requires sugar, they're excluded. Nobody is ever going to say to you, eat more sugar. Sugar is good for you. You need sugar in your life. Yes, sometimes we get a low blood sugar dip and we need to have a little bit. That don't mean sit down and eat a cake. No, that means take one of your little tablets, get you a little spoonful of peanut butter, a banana, some orange juice. That is a medical thing. So that would be one of those things. It don't mean get a spoonful of sugar out of the jar and just go to town on a spoonful of sugar. No. Now, I ain't a doctor. Maybe it does. I don't know. Don't quote me. Keep those little glucose tablets. That'll help you. But sugar is something we can live without. Sugar is something we can live without. So avoid unnecessary extras. Those are extras. Those are things that maybe make life more enjoyable, because it said these are things we enjoy, but things we can live without. So let's work on that. I'm going to work on that. Those are the things that I've been struggling with the past little bit, are the little extras. You hear what I'm saying? Little extras. We're going to work on that. Then I think, let's see, this is the last one on this one. Don't undereat. Might sound counterintuitive, but it is not. Don't starve yourself the day after a big overindulgence. It's apt to make you hungry, and you may overdo it again. So let's say today I'm just like, I got to have me some Whataburger. Not the Whataburger in Texas. This is our Whataburger. That's just right here in my little county. There might only be 1, 2, 3. There might only be 3 of them left that I know of. There's 3 that I know of. There was more, but have closed up over the years. One, they bulldozed. It was a big one. Down on the highway, they bulldozed it. I think it was when they put in the Kmart's down there, and they got rid of our drive-in movie theater, put in the Kmart's, and now Kmart's is gone. It's a big old bowling alley. That's the same shopping center that, let me tell you, that they're putting in the new liquidation center that is supposed to be open this month, that I cannot wait to go to. I just hope their dollar day is not Thursday, because my other one's well, you know what? It might be a blessing in disguise if it is Thursday, because then I won't be tempted to go to $2 days in 1 week and spend money at 2 liquidation centers in 1 week. You see what I'm saying? That might be a blessing in disguise. I mean, I could go to one and then the other, but the later you get to it, there's nothing. Junk, trash. Anyway, what was that one? Oh, so let's say today I want me a Whataburger, and I eat that Whataburger, which I can't eat as much as I used to. Listen, I used to eat a footlong and a hamburger and some French fries when I was in my fat days. Don't think I couldn't. Honey, the food me and David used to pack away, I know some of y'all can relate. I mean, we used to pack it away like a couple of NFL football players the day before the game. You saw, or the meal before the game, which I don't think you can eat right before the game. Our high school, their game day dinner, they would have their little dinner together. The day of the football game would be sketty. They would have sketty. They'd carb load to give themselves that energy. So let's just say I just really loaded it up. Well, I shouldn't starve myself after that tomorrow, because what it's going to do is it's just going to leave me hungry. If I don't eat, it don't matter what I did today. If I don't eat tomorrow, I'm going to be hungry. I'm going to get hangry. And then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go overeat again. I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm about to starve. Just start cramming it in. So don't do that all or nothing. Don't all or nothing. Well, I was just terrible yesterday. I'm going to starve myself tomorrow. I say, if you're terrible at lunch, don't starve yourself at supper. Now, if you know you're going to have, there's a difference. Which you can, maybe, me personally, some of you are better at things than I am. Obviously. Keep it down during the day if you know you're going to have a big supper, just so you don't overeat for the day. But don't keep it down so much that when you have that big supper, you overeat for the night. You see, have a good breakfast. Even if you don't have lunch, which I don't advocate skipping unless it's just really close. Like, you have your breakfast and then your big meals will come at 3 o'clock. I would say don't have lunch. You don't need lunch in between there. Maybe get you a snack to tide you over. But don't starve yourself. Starve yourself. There's a difference in eating less and starving yourself to get ready for a big meal. But don't starve yourself after you have a big meal either, because either way, you're apt to binge or to overdo it. I know I am. So anyway, that is the fat. What did I say the fat habit was? You have to eat perfectly to make a diet work. Nope. We're going to learn on the guilt. Y'all, whenever I have these bad times, y'all tell me, don't beat yourself up. Just move on. Don't beat yourself up. And that's what they're saying in this book. Don't beat yourself up. Let's try not to eat I guess we can call them fluffy foods. I had a book in my hall, and Susie said it was no literary, I can't remember the words she used, great piece of literature. It was a nice fluff read, to kill the time. I'm like, well, that's good, because I like fluffy books. So let's try to stay away from the fluffy foods. Whenever RJ was little, I had this sleep shirt, like a sleep sweatshirt type thing. It says, and it had clouds on it. And it was like, y'all remember it wasn't puff paint, but it was, the that kind of, it not like Cricut is now, vinyl things. It was just a thicker, not puff paint. I know y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm not fat, I'm fluffy. And it had clouds on it. RJ, he would say, Mommy's not fat, she's fluffy. That's what he would say. I'm like, that's so sweet. He used to say I wouldn't feel right when he was little. I wouldn't feel right if I was skinny. Listen, Holly's never known a skinny mommy. RJ's never known a skinny mommy. RJ said they come over with Sebastian, and I stood up or walked around something. He's like, you're looking skinny. He goes, oh my gosh. He said, you're looking so skinny, which I'm nowhere from skinny. But if you picture me from 100 pounds ago to how I'm looking now, I guess I am looking skinny in relation to that 100-pound body. This body looks skinny. He's like, I'm like, well, I guess that's what 100 pounds will do to you. That picture on my thumbnail blows my mind. How I used to look, and I did not think I looked like that. I did not see myself like that. I just saw me. I was just me. And when I look back at that picture, I'm like, oh, yikes, to say it in a nice way. So anyway, that's probably all we're going to talk about today. Just don't beat yourself up. Try to do the best you can, but don't think you have to be perfect. So you're not going to do it if you can't be perfect. But there's people out there like that. If I can't do X, Y, Z perfectly, I'm not going to do it at all. No. That does not work in the diet industry. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. You just have to try hard. And I'm gonna try hard from today on. I'm gonna try hard. I'm gonna do the best I can do, which is probably better than I can do. Let's be honest. I think sometimes our best is not our best. They say, well, if you tried your best, well, did we really try our best? Let's study on that a while. So let's try our honest best. And I hope everybody has a good week. I will have a haul up for you tomorrow. You will not want to miss. Even if you don't like to watch my hauls, just watch this one. It'll be worth it. To me, it'll be worth it when you see what I found. It was unbelievable. To the point I almost fainted in the store. That's all I'm going to tell you. So that will do it for this Motivational Monday. I hope it motivated somebody. I hope it helps you to know that you don't have to be perfect to be on a diet. You just have to give it your best and stay away from them fluffy foods. So that'll do it for me today. And I will see you in my next video.